So do you guys want to tell me what your club is about?
Um,
Yeah.
I can go. So our club is about sexual abuse victims in Singapore specifically, and we work with the SACC in Singapore as well as AWARE, which is the bigger organization SACC is part of, and those basically help have get resources for victims within their company, and as well as host trainings for other people that are looking to educate themselves on the prevalence of sexual assault in Singapore. So that's where we come in. We bring those trainings to SAS as well as fundraise for SACC as a whole.
We also understand that the victims that we're working with are quite sensitive, so the majority of the service that we do is indirect. So we spread awareness and kind of educate the SAS community about the issue, which we support through fundraising.
Yeah.
And I think also like sexual abuse and sexual assault are really sensitive topics. And I think this service group kind of helps make it a little bit more of a safer place and a safer, and like makes SAS a safer environment to kind of talk about these certain issues. Yeah.
Cool. How often do you guys meet as a club?
Once in every 2 weeks.
Cool. So as you guys are a new club, what inspired you guys to start this initiative? I know your officers are newer than others, but for those of you guys that have been on the team longer, what?
When we started creating this club, we worked with 3 other officers who were in the grade above, and it was kind of an obvious choice because it's such a prevalent issue in Singapore, but it's not talked about within the nation, and there was no club at SAS that addressed these issues specifically, and so we saw it as an opportunity to kind of fill that gap.
Yeah, and it started with people in the class of 2020, Kayla and Michelin, who took it upon themselves to go to these trainings, one of these trainings as an independent, just not outside of a club. And then they thought, wow, this really needs to be brought into SAS. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. So what are some of your plans for the future and goals for the next semester?
I mean, obviously, a lot of things are going to change. And so as the year progresses and opportunities kind of come up, whether they're virtual or in person, our goal is to be super flexible this year and figuring out ways that we can just support our cause. And I think that we'll be predominantly focusing on spreading awareness through the virtual training session, if we're able to make that work, and through fundraising at school.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that this year was just being in really close contact with the representatives of the organizations, because at the end of the day, we're here to support them. So they definitely have a lot of ways we can help. So yeah, just being in close contact with them and to help address their needs.